Hello everybody and welcome to Steve Plays Frostpunk. This game only came out a few days ago and I am absolutely in love with it. It is an incredible game and I've done 2 full playthroughs with it, just barely managing to survive, and I wanted to show you guys. I felt like obliged to make a video on it. So yeah, let's get right into it. This game is amazing. It's for those of you who don't know, and I think it'd be strange if you don't know because everybody's playing it on YouTube, but it's basically 1887, and the world is frozen over. There's some great winter, nobody knows what caused it. Some people are blaming Krakatoa and the volcanoes and like the ash clouds and stuff. Some people think it's climate change. Nobody really knows what's happening. Throughout the game you kind of find out a little bit more, but it's still more or less shrouded in mystery. And you lead a small group of survivors who fled London after the British Empire started building these massive kind of steam heat generators up in the Arctic, and you're trying to find one of those and settle it and survive. And it's amazing. This game is incredible. I mean, it's right up there with all the great city building games and the survival games, because more than anything else this is a survival game. It's a hardcore survival game, and it throws everything it's got at you. You gotta be willing to make sacrifices and prepare and make hard decisions. This game is about hard decisions, and this game, more like any game I've played for a very long time, really made me care and feel really invested and actually like emotionally troubled by everything that was going on. So yeah, enough of me talking about it, let's get right into it.
We roam the still, cold world, no horizon in sight. The rulers of old, stripped of pride and glory. It feels as yesterday we were turning the wheels of progress, until the frost stopped it all, suddenly, without a warning. When tides had changed, they changed for all of us, no matter wealth or class. We've lost our world to snow, and with it, our last traces of humanity.
Some very powerful imagery right there.
We bid farewell to plenty, and for those who remained came the time to adapt. We decided to leave our homes and head north. We roamed for weeks, maybe months, leaving behind all the things we once believed had made us. It was hope pushed us forward, slowly, step by step. We knew the cost of our journey, and we paid the price 100 times. Finally, the time has come to build the last city on Earth.
Oh man, that intro gets me every time. Oh, it's amazing. So yeah, that's a bit of a backstory to what's happening. A new home. We fled from London and crossed the sea to reach the frozen north. On the way, our convoy was hit by a blizzard and scattered. A handful of us managed to reach the site of the generator, only to find it frozen solid and abandoned. Why is no one here? Did any of our people survive the blizzard? Are any others out there? Whatever we do, we should expect the worst now that the world as we know it has crumbled. We have to survive. So yeah, this is our little start of our little town. Fight the cold. We need the generator working. So yeah, let's just pause for a second. Yeah, this is kind of how it starts. You're in this hole. There's this generator. It's inactive because we have no coal. So we have, it's already minus 20 degrees, which is pretty cold in the real world, but it's gonna get a lot colder very, very soon. So we need to start allocating resources and start getting stuff going ASAP. So, we need homes, we need a health facility, we need gathering outposts somewhere around here. Alright, so we have 80 people. 15 children, 15 engineers, and 50 workers. Right now, children can't work, but we can change that in this book of laws. So let's see. Yep, these are all important, and we'll immediately go child labor, safe jobs. Because we need them to work.
Listen, everyone. New law.
So, we'll send the children to collect these wood crates. We're gonna build a resource gathering depot around here. Let's see. Gathering post. Yep, here will be perfect. This will be our post. We'll probably build another one here at some point. Is it better to build one here? No, this one doesn't have coal. So yeah, we'll send 15 people to gather out some coal. And yeah, it's gonna be very cold, so we wanna avoid getting people sick as early because we don't have the facilities to treat them. We're gonna send out 5 people to collect some metal. And we're gonna build our gathering post immediately. Build a road from it. Make sure it's connected to the center. And we can unpause, I think. Okay, we still might as well allocate some people to do some stuff. So send some more people to gather coal, because coal is the most important resource at the moment. So yes, let's unpause. And look at that, are people going to their sad, miserable jobs? Today we toil. Now the kids have to work too. Well, unfortunately, we do what we must to survive, and we need... The start of this game is very difficult. You can very easily mess up everything in the beginning, so we have to get it right. Look at them tracking their little paths through the snow. Well, these people are building a road, so that's fine. Look at these children. I feel bad for them. It's not that cold, so nobody's getting ill, so that's okay. We're gonna build a medical tent as soon as we can. It's gonna cost 25 wood. Yeah, resources are very scarce. We can start our generator up already. Look at that, it's beautiful. And it's gonna melt all the snow around it. Ugh. This game is really beautiful. That's one of its major things. Now you can see the temperature overlay. So it's chilly. It's minus 20, so nobody has a risk of getting sick yet, which is great. More or less. So within the next 2 or 3 days before the temperature drops by 2 levels, that means to minus 40, we need to get our basic setup ready, and that's gonna be tricky, but we have to do it. Alright, so this gathering post will be done soon, which is great. We can build a medical tent, which is obviously a good thing. Alright, so these people are gathering resources, getting some coal. Great, we need to start up with a very healthy stockpile of coal, because if coal runs out, it's, you know, the temperatures will drop, people will start freezing. It's not a good place to be. Not a lot of wood left here, but that's fine. Alright, one of our gathering posts is up. Let's get some workers on that. The generator hums with reassuring warmth, but we shouldn't take it for granted. If the generator goes down, the city dies. Be mindful of coal reserves. Now food. There'll be no city if we starve to death. Yep, we need to make food. So, let's get people working on that gathering post, ASAP. We're gonna need to build some source of food, but everything is expensive. We need a lot of wood, and we're not getting a lot of wood. Alright, our medical tent is set up. Let's set up engineers there. Be ready to help people. Although I suppose they don't need to be there yet because nobody's ill. So we'll send them to gather wood. because we need wood. We're gonna want to build a research station or a workshop or whatever, and start researching stuff as soon as possible because we need to do better. So we can make a cookhouse. We're gonna build it in the center so it's nice and warm. And then we're gonna want to build a hunter's lodge somewhere around here. Okay, everything's going fine. Send them engineers to gather some wood. Yeah, I think we're okay for now. Children gathering wood, everything is going fine. Stable supply of everything except food. Metal is more or less irrelevant in the early game, but it becomes very important. I mean steel. It becomes very important in the late game, so we're going to want to make sure to take care of that at some point. Alright, these people are working well on the gathering posts. Everything is great. Look at these paths in the snow, they're so nice. It's a beautiful game. Okay, so the workday, our day 1 will soon end. And I think we did pretty okay for day 1. Let's see, can we build the hunter's lodge? Hunter's hut, whatever. Let's put it here. And immediately assign some people to go on. The hunters work during the night, they lay traps and then they collect them. Or rather, they collect traps during the day and then during the night they collect. I'm not sure. Either way, something happens during the night. Alright, our cookhouse is done. Let's assign some engineers to that. Start turning this raw food into food rations. And we need to start building some houses immediately. Alright. Tents. We can only build tents, which is... yeah, it's pretty awful. Imagine having to live in a tent in this kind of weather. Especially since it's going to get a lot worse very quickly. Right, this is going okay. Look at these people. You can see they're cold. Ugh. I'm sorry. Alright, some kind of event. Yep, I'll provide some shelter. Yep, I promise I'll provide shelter to 40 people in the next 2 days. That's no problem. So yeah, the working day is over. What's this? The wisdom of the crowd. Yeah, this is basically saying that you shouldn't always listen to what the people want. It's basically telling you that you can make decisions, you know, your choices are your own. And they matter. Every choice you make matters, and it's terrifying because you make a lot of choices. You know, the lives of these people are in your hand, and you have to just, you know, decide what happens to them. You have to save them from the apocalypse. Alright, so 1 tent is up, which is nice. 10 fewer people are homeless. Nobody is getting ill, which is obviously a good thing. Everything is going a-okay. This hunter's lodge should be finished pretty soon. Let's get some people working on that. Alright, so now we're gonna want to build a beacon so we can go and start saving people that we left behind. So let's see, do we have any people assigned here? Yep, let's get these people unassigned. We have enough coal for now, and it's being gathered as well from this gathering post, so that's gonna be fine. Good, good, good. Steel, yeah, I'm willing to let 5 people work for some steel. Let's have workers in here instead of engineers, and have at least 1 engineer in the medical post permanently. I think that's just generally good policy. And let's send the rest to continue gathering wood because we need all the wood we can get. Yeah, you started with a real shortage of wood in the start of the game. Going to hunt, there we go. Where is he? How do I look for him? Going to hunt, so they're gonna like trek somewhere into the distance, which is fine, you know, it must be miserable and cold, but that's, you know, their lot in life. So it's nighttime, nothing much happens at nighttime. Yeah, there we go, those are the hunters going out. Imagine having to push through all that snow and everything, it must be horrible. Alright, so we can speed up time a little, just so the night passes, because nothing much happens. Alright, we have 1 ill person. That is not great. Lack of shelter, yeah, that makes sense. Book of laws, we can make another law. Sustain life, yep. This is just in terms of healthcare. People who are like gravely hurt will be kept alive instead of, you know, being murdered. Which I think is a good thing. We can't really think about making some kind of perfect society right now because all we need to do is survive right now. And later in the game you can make some radical transformations of the society. You can make it into like a full Orwellian nightmarish dictatorship, or into like a fanatical Warhammer 40k style theocracy, which is fun. Alright, so the temperature is going to fall in 2 days by 2 levels, and then it's going to rise by 1 level in 2 days after that, so that's okay. Hopefully our generator will manage. Let's see. Yeah, everything is fine. Everything is nice and cozy. Yep, let's speed up time a bit. So the day starts at 5 AM. People start going and doing stuff. Get a move on, chaps. Alright, we have 2 people ill. This is not great. Let's retract our engineers and make sure people get healed. So yeah, we're going to want to start building homes as soon as possible, because people without homes get cold and you get sick, and we don't want that, because if they get sick, they can get really sick, and then they might need to have their limbs amputated, which basically means they can't do any work until we get prosthetics, which is pretty late game, or they die, and that's awful, because we don't want our people to die, obviously. It is a very, very pretty game. So yeah, everything's going okay, as far as I can tell. We got some more wood. I'm gonna want to build one of these. A research workshop. 15 wood. Let's go, let's build one of them. Boom. And then I think after this we can start focusing on shelters. Because what the workshop allows us to do research. And that's important because one of the first research we're going to want to do is these like steam hubs, which are like mini generators that make heat in a certain area. Because we're going to want everywhere that people work to be warm, at least when they work there. I feel like that only makes sense. And plus, we're eventually going to fill up the room around the generator. And unless we spend resources on researching upgrades which push the range outwards, we're going to have to build people's shelters and medical posts and cookhouses, you know, outwards in different parts of this crater, which will have to be warm. Alright, so this wood is going to run out soon. Although we've got a bit of wood here, so it's okay. Alright, let's start building shelters. Tent. Tent. And that's all we can build for now. That's alright. Yeah, we are having food being turned into food rations. There's a law we can pass that makes it like we can make the food. I can show you. Here, we can either put sawdust into the food, which makes it more filling, but people hate it, and it makes them fall ill. Or we can make our food soup. People hate soup for some reason, but because I guess it's lighter. But it'll make more food. But you know, it'll be less nourishing, and people don't like it as much. It's the kind of early game decision that you have to make, but I think we'll be okay for food, so we won't do that. Let's build some more shelters. I'm really tempted to build another gathering post. I really feel like that is what we need to do right now. This seems like a good place. Oh, we need 9 wood to connect it. That's okay. Look at our hunters returning. Legends. I think they're carrying like, I don't know, spears or something? Maybe they're guns, I'm not sure. Yeah, let's build this road finally. And then we'll assign these folks here instead. We've got enough steel for the time being. We don't really need it this early in the game. It takes 20 steel to build each steam hub, so we're going to want to make sure we have enough steel for that. Alright, what's this? Child injured at work. Yeah, this is going to happen. Scold him for being careless. That will decrease hope, or give this kid a day off. Yep, we'll give him a day off. It's fine. 1 kid won't change much, and it raises hope a bit. And yeah, these two things are very important. You know, there's discontent, which basically means if that becomes high, people will try to get rid of you, and you have to do certain things. And there's hope. If hope loses, people will stop working, they'll start joining like radical groups and start breaking stuff and stealing. And at one point in the game there's like a crisis where a bunch of people try to leave, but hopefully we'll be able to witness that for ourselves. So these people are gathering stuff nicely. Got a nice amount of wood going. Yeah, everything is going okay. I think we're pretty stable. Yeah, we can't make any more food because we're out of raw food. So we're going to want to build another hunter's lodge. But we really don't have enough people, so we need to build that beacon. We do need to do that. That is kind of a priority. Build another tent while we're at it. We promised to provide shelter for 40 people, and we're doing that. Obviously, we're going to want to have, you know, full shelters for people eventually, but currently we have other immediate pressing priorities. I mean, in 2 days it's going to get super cold, or at least for early game standards. Yeah. So let's get these people to leave this workplace. Let's get these people to leave this. Our gathering post is ready. That's perfect. Let's get our engineers to fill that up to the end. Great. Workday over. Alright, look at that. Our workshop is done. Let's put our engineers in it. And this is our research tree. So there's heating kinds of research. This is the steam hub that I was talking about. We really want to do that. It's going to take 7 hours to research. That's not ideal. Here's the beacon for scouting and stuff, which is very important. And here's for, like, you know, actually gathering resources. We're going to want to get these very soon because these resources that are just lying around are going to run out very quickly. So yeah, we're going to research our beacon first, so we can finally send some scouts out. Crates depleted. Yep, that makes sense. Instead of tying up our engineers, let's have some kids work here. I think that only makes sense. Might as well put them to some kind of use. So these all are getting gathered. That's nice and lovely. Yeah, this game is a bit graphics heavy, so you might witness some pretty annoying FPS drops, but you know, that's life. This is getting gathered. That's great. So yeah, and the next day they'll start researching the beacon. We'll hopefully build it on the next day. We're gonna have 10. We're gonna need 10 free workers. Can we employ children in the cookhouse? Yeah, we can. Great. Yeah. Introduce a new law. Yes, we will. Let's see. Overcrowding. Capacity of medical facilities is doubled. Or extra rations for the ill. We can't really afford extra rations. Fighting arena. We don't want to tie up our resources there just yet, but we will want to do that eventually. Cemetery. We don't want to have any people dying yet, so we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Cure house. This is for people who are super, like, incapable of... people who are very ill. Actually, yeah, we will do that, because that makes it a lot cheaper to look after them. So let's see, how much will that cost? 30 wood, that's a bit expensive, but I guess we'll have to do. I'll wait for now, because we don't have anybody that's gravely ill at the moment. Oh, look at that, we're building houses for people. That's great. And yeah, we have a bit of a... we have 3 days to build a care house. Shelter promise fulfilled. Hope rises a little bit. That's great. Every little bit of hope helps. So yeah, we have 40 steel, so that's good. We're gonna want to build these kind of steam hubs as soon as we can in these two gathering post areas, because they'll be gathering stuff for a little while yet, and this makes it, you know, a nice place to start building houses and stuff, like in little neighborhoods, because why not? There's already stuff there. So yeah, it's nighttime. We can speed up time a little. Although I suppose we might as well build that care house. Let's build a little shelter first. We haven't got that many homeless people left, so we might as well try to take care of that problem. Hunter's going to hunt. Let's replace one of the people here with an engineer, because when we build the beacon, we're gonna need 10 workers to go out to become scouts. Let's speed up time a little for nighttime. Alright, one person is sick. Oh, that's fine. 5 people are being treated. It's because they're homeless, and that's unfortunate, but we will take care of this soon. Alright, so the day begins. Hopefully this research will start soon. I think the working day starts at 6 or 7. I'm not sure. What's this? A mother has refused her daughter to work. Let her have a day off. Yeah, let's have her... Nah, whatever. Hope will increase a bit, but whatever. We're fine on kids working. Yeah, we're okay for food, so we don't really need anybody else to work here for now. Kids, are the kids working here? Yeah, that's good. Good. Yeah, it's cruel to make children work, but we need to do what we must to survive. Discontent is very low, hope is relatively high, so yeah, everything is fine. Come on, where's this research gonna start? There we go. Okay, so the workday begins at 8. That's a bit late, but okay. Alright, so 7 hours. By the end of this day, we'll be able to build a beacon, which is awesome. Hopefully we'll get a tasty amount of wood saved up. Also, one of the... once you build a beacon, you can start like sending your scouts, and one of the places you can send them to is like an abandoned bridge, and you can find like this automaton, which is like this Victorian-era steampunk kind of robot. It's like this big 4-legged spider thing, like something from Star Wars, Clone Wars. And it's useful for just mindlessly gathering resources like these that are far away in the cold. Alright, what's this? Sir, a woman came forward after we built the workshop. She said that her husband and daughter didn't reach the city with the main group, but she's sure they're still out there. Yep, we're gonna build a scout team as soon as possible. This will be researched in 3 hours. We'll build a beacon. We'll send out our first scout team. And then everything will be okay. We'll find your family. I promise. Although I probably shouldn't be making those promises. Alright, let's build that care house. Just, you know, better safe than sorry. The hunter's coming back, bringing back raw food. We're mostly homed. Once we research that beacon, we're gonna... Oh, the temperature's gonna drop tonight. Man, that's rough. That's really rough. That's unfortunate, but we needed the space around this generator for the cookhouse and the infirmary more than we needed for the tents. Unfortunately. Later you can build better houses that are much warmer, which is good. So yeah, people are getting... Oh, all of our engineers are sick. That's strange. Is it because they're all going out somewhere? Alright, beacon research. Let's build it. 35 steel. Wow, I did not expect that to be that expensive. Let's build it here a bit farther off because we don't really need it anywhere close. Might as well build a little street to it. Alright, let's start researching steam hubs. It's unfortunate that it'll only... Care house promise fulfilled. Yep, perfect. So we don't actually have to staff the care house, which is great. People will just chill there. They look like lavatories from here. But whatever, what do I know? Alright, so we got us a few unemployed kiddos. Let's send this kid back to work. 4 unemployed engineers. That's fine. They can... Where are we getting steel from? Oh, it's from here. Right. Coal pile depleted. Good. And should we maybe send them together some steel? Yeah, there's only 35 steel left here, so go get it, lads. So our beacon should be built soon, and we'll send out our first scouting party. And I think that'll be a good place to finish off this episode on.
Time to rest, folks. Works out.
Works out, but they'll still finish building this, which is good. Alright, beacon build. Beacon built. Oh, look at this, it's beautiful. Truly is beautiful. Ah, like a little lighthouse. And now we can actually see the map. So yeah, look at that. What a place to live. So this is the Lost Expedition. So we're going to set a group of scouts. I'll need 40 wood. What? That's BS. I forgot about that. Sleeping outside. I'll provide shelter in 1 day. Yes, I promise. Come on. I forgot we need 40 wood for that. That's rubbish. Well, I mean, I guess we have to do it. Speed up time a bit. What's this? Ready to search. People cheer as the giant observation balloon soars above the city. Yep. We will send some scouts tomorrow once we have a bit of wood. I did not foresee this little problem, but that's okay. Part of this game is resolving problems. In fact, I'd say most of the game is resolving problems. So the temperature is about to drop sharply, which is bad. It's very, very bad. So yeah, look at that. Look at that temperature dropping. Oh. And the sound effect. Oh, it makes you feel cold just even if you're not even in there. So let's see. Yep, everything is chilly. It's bad. We can put it into overdrive for a little while, which will make heat better. So yes, let's do that while we can, because why not? In about a day or two, temperature will rise by 1 level, so hopefully we'll be able to turn that off. Yeah. And if you keep it in overdrive for too long, the generator explodes, which is obviously not great. Alright, we can set another law. Let's see. Yeah, prosthetics, you can make them later with a factory, but that's fairly late game. Extra rations for the ill. Yep, let's do that.
Hear me.
Thankfully, we don't have many ill people because people have been mostly warm, which is great. We build these gathering posts, which makes people, you know, actually stay indoors more and not be in the cold, which is good. Our food situation is okay, although we're going to want to get some more food as soon as possible. Because we're going to start getting a pretty large influx of people that we're going to start rescuing, so we're going to want as much food as we can get. So let's see. We can free up this engineer and put a child there instead. Alright, come on, 40 wood, come on, let's do it. This guy's researching steam hubs. Alright, let's send our scout groups finally, and we'll send them to our Lost Expedition. It'll take them 11 hours to get there. Imagine having to trek through that snow for 11 hours. What a nightmare. Double rations for kids. In the wake of the recent child workers accident, the parents urged that we could give working children double rations. Yep, fine, we'll do it. It'll raise hope quite a lot. So yeah, I'll pause the game here. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. If you like this, leave a like and subscribe. Leave any comments or suggestions or ideas or tips in the comments below, because I'm not an expert at this game, maybe you are. And I'd be more than glad to answer any questions that I can. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.